Looking to stay perfect at home, 3 wins to start the season. The San Diego Loyal welcoming in the Tampa Bay Rowdies for the first time ever. Here in San Diego, it's a glorious day across Southern California. And the Rowdies making their first trip to Torero Stadium. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Cronin, San Diego's first signing, and Captain Sal Zizzo with you on First Responder Appreciation Day, presented by Falk. Well, San Diego comes in 4th in the USL's Western Conference. Win moves in the 2nd, a draw to 3rd, coming off a draw on the road against New Mexico.
Yeah, and here you see a hard-fought point right here on the road in a tough environment in New Mexico.
A draw for San Diego gives them 11 points now in the Western Conference. 1-0-2, but perfect at home for San Diego. Tampa, meanwhile, off to a kind of a slow start.
Yeah, and normally a franchise that has been very good. They've gone to the finals 2 out of the last 3 seasons. They've struggled this year. They've only had 1 win. They've struggled to score some goals without their former MVP, Leo Fernandez, and Cal Jennings is going to look to help them out in that department.
Yeah, Fernandez out for the year with an Achilles injury. Injuries have hit Tampa very hard to start the season. So when we look now at their first meeting, this was on the road in Florida for San Diego. Goals from Nick Boone and Evan Conway.
Yeah, and you can look at this game as almost a turning point for San Diego Loyal last season. Evan Conway getting that game-winning goal, something he has a knack for, winning 3-2 in that tough environment with the season that Tampa Bay had last year. It was a huge win.
Conway, all of his goals last year were go-ahead, game-tying, game-winning goals. Another great season. He's our player to watch, brought to you by SDG&E, leading the team with 3 goals to start the season in USL play.
Yeah, and as we said, he just has an eye for goal. It doesn't matter if he's playing left wing back, doesn't matter if he's playing center striker. He puts the ball in the back of the net. He's an exciting player to watch.
On the other side, SDG&E player to watch, guy San Diego's very familiar with, in Cal Jennings, who has 31 goals in USL in the last 3 years.
Yeah, Cal Jennings, what a player. I'm a huge fan. Played for Las Vegas Lights, so San Diego Loyal is very familiar with him. He's quick, he's strong, and he's going to look to step up again with Leo Fernandez out for the year.
Part of the overall starting lineups brought to you by Rady Children's Hospital. We begin with San Diego, and a bit of a mix-up here because they're playing 3 games in 7 days.
Yeah, and you see they're resting some players. A player like Alejandro Guido, who maybe is banged up a little bit, Grant Stoneman as well, and then Blake Bodley on the left. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out today with some guys getting some rest.
San Diego at the Open Cup on Wednesday, then back home next Saturday. Rady Children's Hospital will bring you the lineups here as well for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and you have Ekra here, who's going to be setting the record for most USL appearances, which is an awesome achievement for him and for Tampa Bay. And you're going to have, obviously, Cal Jennings up top, who's going to look to create some havoc for them.
252 career appearances, a huge milestone. We are ready to roll here this afternoon. San Diego, match day number 7, welcoming in Tampa Bay for the first time.
Adventure awaits. USC Credit Union is now Blue Peak. From buying your first home to booking that bucket list trip, we're saving for your golden years. Blue Peak is here to support all your life adventures, and we've been doing it for more than 85 years. Today, we are proud to serve broad and diverse communities and deliver the personalized service you deserve. So go ahead, blaze your own trail, and become a Blue Peak member today. Visit us online at bluepeak.com.
The thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that we've always stood up for what's right. Rincon was the first tribe to have gaming, so it's really evolved into something that benefits everyone. Our people benefited, we're up out of poverty. Local surrounding communities have benefited, they get additional services that we never had. When you have the opportunity to give back and help, you should step up. It's a responsibility to help others like we were helped. We were given a chance, we're paying back.
Now we're at a point where we are ready to grow in a real way.
The Night premieres Tuesday starting at 8 on the CW San Diego.
Our first responders match here today, brought to you by Falk. After the match, SD Loyal fans in attendance here today, a front row seat to the inaugural America's Finest Heroes Cup. featuring San Diego Police Department and the San Diego Fire Rescue Department, all part of our First Responders Appreciation Day here at Torero Stadium as San Diego gets set to host Tampa Bay. It's all brought to you by Falk here in San Diego, and the U.S. Coast Guard providing us a flyover just before kickoff here at Torero Stadium. We are underway. San Diego in the Torrey Green at home. The Tampa Bay Rowdies in their Volt kits on the road for the first time ever here in San Diego. Jack Cronin, Sal Zizzo with you today. Sal, Tampa Bay comes in really, looking to rebound after a slow start, hit by injuries, obviously, to start their campaign. San Diego's playing 3 games in 7 days, including the U.S. Open Cup. Duran Ferree drawing his 3rd ever professional start, his 2nd USL start here for San Diego and net.
Yeah, with San Diego looking to maybe rest a few guys with those 3 games in 7 days coming up. There's a little bit shifts with some players in the lineup. You got Nick Moon moving over to the left, typically playing right wing back, and you got a player that's playing kind of a new position, and Adrian Perez playing right wing back. So it'll be interesting to see how they do in these spots, and it's important for them to get a few passes under their belt, feel comfortable, make a few defensive plays, and go from there.
Yeah, San Diego with Nate Miller kind of rotating things a bit this week. So many games in a short period of time. San Diego winning their first Open Cup match of the campaign, and they will go to Seattle coming up on Wednesday night before returning home on Saturday. So Duran Ferree, who started the final regular season contest last year and started for the under-17 U.S. national team on the youth side, is in net today for San Diego. As Sal mentioned, Adrian Perez runs on the right wing-back side, Nick Moon on the left, Camden Riley, Kyle Adams, and Elijah Martin along the back line, Joe Corona and Charlie Adams, the captain for San Diego in the midfield. And up top, Evan Conway, Aldo Damos, and Tumi Moshaban up top for San Diego. And here's your report tonight, brought to you by Synergy Orthopedics. We mentioned some of the guys that are out for San Diego. Alejandro Guido, Blake Bodley, Grant Stoneman for Loyal, and of course, Leo Fernandez, the reigning MVP in USL Championship. An amazing season a year ago, but in preseason, Achilles injury will keep him out for the 2023 campaign. Part of the reason why Tampa's off to a slow start. Here's a good attack. Build up on the right for the Rowdies. Those Volt kits. Swung in far and finally cleared by Perez. Big signing in the offseason for Tampa was Cal Jennings, with 31 goals in the last 3 seasons in USL, the last 2 in Vegas and the LAFC affiliate side. 31 total. He's already got 1 this season for Tampa Bay.
And Tampa looking pretty good in the early going. Both these teams are possession teams who like to keep the ball in the upper echelon, if you will, in the USL in possession. So actually a very similar style. Tampa Bay usually playing with a back 3, as you see there. That looks like a 5 at times. But both teams like to push their wing backs forward and get them in the attack.
That is cutting in for Moon into the 18, and it will be clear.
Nick Moon just misses that. You see, he's just trying to cut that first time with the outside of his right, cross that defender, get it on his good right foot that he likes to bend. Likes to bend the ball in the corner there, but just skipped up on him.
And we're going to get a corner here for San Diego. So it's going to be our first corner of the match. Keys are brought to you by the San Diego County Toyota dealers for today's contest.
And you see here, for the Loyal, it's just all about containing Cal Jennings. You know, they're a team that has struggled to score some goals this year, but San Diego Loyal knows Cal Jennings well from his time at the Las Vegas Lights. They know they need to contain him. And of course, for Tampa Bay, they've had a rough start this year, and with that comes a little bit of lack of confidence. And so a win at San Diego, a place that's tough to get a result, would certainly help them with that.
Decent cross in from Joe Corona for San Diego off the corner attempt. Goes wide of the far post. Corner kicks today brought to you by San Diego Community Power. Adams with the cross. San Diego with good pressure to start this Sunday afternoon contest. Tampa coming in 1-3-2 on the season. Only scored 5 goals, have 5 points through the first 6 matches. They've given up 8. To get a win in US Open Cup play, as San Diego did in that second round. Here's Jennings with a touch across midfield. Jennings already 1 goal in the season. Trying to cut it back, and Corona cuts it off.
Joe Corona doing well to come out wide at times as a center mid. You like to stay in the middle, but he sees the danger, goes, puts in a good tackle against Cal Jennings.
Tampa with a takeaway. The far side wing, Ryan Spalding. That'll be a goal kick for San Diego. So Duran Faria is in net today. 3rd career professional start. Played very well in the under-17 U.S. national team qualifying.
Yeah, he's someone that's grown a tremendous amount with the San Diego Loyal organization. You know, sometimes you wonder without a team in San Diego like the San Diego Loyal, would a kid like that get the opportunity to play with the national team? And you never would know, because now San Diego does have a team here, and signing him at such a young age and trusting him in big games, big moments like this to put in a good performance.
Got the win in the U.S. Open Cup earlier this month. He started against New Mexico a season ago, and now he's in net today for San Diego. Doesn't turn 17 until late September, so 16 years old. In net today for San Diego. Moon, beautiful work, stays with it. After the nifty move, Tampa Bay does come back to it.
Elijah's just getting unlucky there. He reads it really well, steps up, but the ball is just chipped just a little too high and hits it out for a corner for Tampa to retain possession here.
Jennings. Out for Harris, stays with it. Adams the clearance for Loyal. Zach Haribo, who has scored already this season for Tampa. There are 5 goals, 1 was an own goal.
Yeah, Tampa's just trying to regain that confidence and that ability that they've shown the last 2 years. I mean, last season they scored the most goals and were in top 5 in goals conceded, and it's an amazing statistic. Their goal differential obviously was #1 overall.
As you mentioned, making it to the finals the last 2 or 3 years. Semifinals a season ago. At late. And sending it wide.
Just pulls that one.
In 2021, they made the finals, fell to Ronaldo Damus, who's now with San Diego, and he had that MVP run with Orange County.
Yeah, they've certainly been in the thick of it, been a top team, you know, along with the San Antonios and the Louisvilles, especially with all those teams being in the East. It's been a lot of those three battling it out most of the time.
And they were third a season ago in the standings, making the semifinals. Elijah, beautiful cross. Now for Perez. And it'll be taken away. Oh, backed up by Camden Riley. The cross in for Damos. These are good looks for San Diego, though.
You know, it's interesting. They have Adrian Perez playing on the right and Nick Moon playing on the left. Both of them are, you know, opposite-footed. Nick Moon right-footed playing on the left. Adrian Perez left-footed, as you see. Nice whipped-in cross there with his left foot. You know, I think that's actually by design. You know, we'll see how that plays out. Maybe they've worked on it in training and see something against Tampa Bay that they like.
Give and go for Moon, still with it. Well, Shabbat turn, and it'll be a corner for San Diego. So the second of the day for Loyal here in the 11th minute. Joe Corona with a good look off the first opportunity, the far post. And one more time on the cross, Kyle Adams, and it'll be a corner on the other side for San Diego. So back to back from the flag. And a third of the match for Loyal. Kind of similar look both times. Adams and Corona going short and then with the cross.
And they've had a lot of crosses that are in-swingers towards the goalie.
This time on the overlap. Adams will send it in, back post and tipped away. We'll do it again.
Charlie just he has a wonderful left foot, as you've seen throughout the course of the last few seasons with San Diego Loyal. He's Loyal's all-time assist leader with 15. He's just trying to put this in a dangerous spot. Keep it low. That's going in the upper corner. It's a nice save at the end of the day.
Adams leading both USL and, of course, San Diego this year again. In addition to the all-time assist leader at Sal Reference of 15. He's got 3 this season for the captain. He stands over this one. Adams sending it across again. Moon. Took a volley at it. Chipped across, Damus. Boy, some dangerous looks.
That's so good for Moon there. He looks like he's ready to just take the player on and sees that he's giving him so much space, so he just, it's a little dink back post, and if Damus is able to just get up slightly higher to chest that forward to where his momentum's not taking him into that center back, I think his next touch is hitting it in the back of the net. Yeah, just couldn't get that chest down.
San Diego's had the better of the chances. Series of corners. Now Tampa back with possession. You can buy the newest SD Loyal gear, including kits, the Charlie collection, some unique designs you can't find anywhere else. It's all at the shop for SD Loyal. It's online at theshop.sdloyal.com or in person in Mission Valley at the shop. Turnover here, right back for San Diego in possession.
You know, it's interesting to see this. Both these teams match up. They're both very similar, and they want to do very similar things in possession and on the ball and defensively. The formations are almost identical.
Extended stretch of possession for Tampa. Trying to find Jennings. Kyle Adams will clear for San Diego. Moon, some nifty moves again. And finally called for the whistle.
Yeah, Moon just trying to work his way out of there. Came in a little hard. I think if that was maybe his third or fourth foul, and you see, yeah, the referee telling him no more here. If that's maybe his third or fourth, that probably is a yellow card. But with it being his first foul, the referee let him get away with one there.
Antley and Harris over for Tampa. And this was going to go to the touchline.
I'll tell you what, if there's one player in the USL I wouldn't run that play against, it's probably Ronaldo Damas with his speed. I mean, they tried to just kind of catch him off guard there, but he's not losing many foot races.
Damas bursting onto the scene of the 2021 USL Championship playoff run. The MVP taking home the trophy. Moon trying to break through this one and into the box. Then going overseas, he and Joe Corona actually playing together in Sweden. And coming back here to the USL with San Diego. Corona takes it away. Trying to find Adams.
Yeah, nice step there from Corona again. Just missing the final pass though.
Whistle on Timmy Shaban. Single match tickets are on sale now. They start just $15, including the next home match here at Torero Stadium, which is coming up on Saturday night, the 29th, this coming Saturday night, 7 o'clock against El Paso. SCLoyal.com/tickets for all the info. Right back at home, less than a week away, and that includes a trip back and forth to Seattle. Face off against the Sounders of MLS in the US Open Cup.
Nice quick throw from Elijah there. See the problems it causes.
Puts the pressure on it, it's still there. Martin right back with it. Corona. There's Duran Free playing well out above the 18. San Diego has played much more out of the back since Coque Vegas arrived. Having played in La Liga and La Liga 2 in Spain, where it's much more common. We're seeing Free push out here as well.
Yeah, and he's looking good in the early going, looking calm on the ball. Good touches. Really, really composed. I've always been impressed with him.
Moon cutting it back. Felix Schroeder. Ervo on the run to the top of the 18. And San Diego recover.
Good recovery there from Perez.
And that's where that back three becomes a back five and collapses defensively.
Yeah, it almost looks like, you know, at times you see Duran already walking up outside of his box. He's creating just kind of another back four, and really just puts you up a number in the possession.
This is among the many things that if you're playing these kinds of competitive matches, that's the kind of experience you're getting. Playing outside the 18, playing with your feet.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, if you just go by age, right? I mean, some of these guys that are graduating college at 22, 23, that's when you're first kind of getting into these professional environments, but he's getting into it, you know, much earlier.
Moon, flag is up here offside.
5 years earlier, really, and that's a game changer for him in his career. At 20 years old, you know, he'll already have 4 years of professional experience.
That's huge. He's starting in matches early in his 16th year. Not going to turn 17 until late September.
He's still growing. I mean, you can't not say he's got the potential to possibly, you know, play goalkeeper for the U.S. men's national team one day. I mean, he's already doing it for his age group. You know, you never really know how guys are going to develop, but he's certainly going in that direction.
He started for the under-17 team. Jan Ekra, who's playing his 252nd match. Most all-time in USL today. Congratulations. And it just gets by him. What an accomplishment, though. 252 career appearances.
Yeah, that's not only an amazing career in itself, regardless of just being in one league, but yeah, for it to be all in the USL Championship, he'll go down as, you know, really just a legend for this league and for this team.
Very impressive run. He sets the all-time record today. Conway. Corona will clear for Moon, who keeps it alive. SD Loyal's 2023 Charlie Football Home, Away, and Goalkeeper Kits are now on sale. Visit the shop.sdloyal.com to get yours today. All 3 Charlie collections. Toomey, pressure. Chipped into the box.
Charlie Adams showing his quickness. He's got such a quick little left foot. He's not going to beat the world on his overall pace, you know, over 30, 40 yards, but man, is he quick in these tight little spaces.
And the power that he brings too.
Yeah, absolutely. And the technique. He's pretty much got top class left foot. Now you see Duran just showing that patience. Most 16-year-olds would be in a full-blown panic at that stage if that ball's coming to you, but he's learned through practices and probably from Koke Vegas and how well he is on the ball.
Yeah, what a great opportunity. Verona. You get a whistle here on Conway. Erbo.
Yeah, you see, typically Nick Moon would step out to that guy on the left, but I think he just felt like the distance was just a little too far. Didn't want to leave their winger in open space. Sometimes if that happens, then the next guy's late, and then the next guy's late, and then it just kind of becomes this domino effect, and suddenly the ball's in the back of your net because everyone was just a half step too late. So smart decision there from Nick Moon to just kind of hold his ground and let everybody kind of settle down a little bit.
Ekra. Line for Spalding, and will go out to Tampa Bay. San Diego's coming back home here immediately on Saturday of next weekend. Less than a week out, the 29th, 7 p.m. It's El Paso Locomotive. Tickets are on sale. Start just $15. SDLoyal.com/tickets. Call 858-465-GOAL. SDLoyal.com/tickets. Back to back here on a quick week for Loyal. Jennings winding up at the top of the 18. Decides to pass for Harris. Cantley. And Charlie Adams gets in front of it. Moon, the same thing. Erbo. That one goes low and wide. So a decent shot from Jordan Doherty. That goes wide for San Diego.
And Nate Miller would be very proud of some of those blocked crosses. Never likes when players kind of cheaply give up crosses when maybe they're in the vicinity to block them. So Charlie Adams just creates a good angle there, just knowing he's trying to whip it around him. And then obviously Nick Moon in the end as well.
San Diego building out of the back.
Tampa just sitting back slightly more, I think, than San Diego at this point in the game, and that could just be playing on the road, maybe some results not going your way, just maybe playing it safe a little bit. Tough ball back to your keeper there, but again, Durand does well to
look at backing up, creating the space.
Yeah, he's doing all the right things.
Adams, great cross. Ramo Shaban. Toomey. Out wide, Perez with the cross. Moon is there, but it's taken out of the air by Connor Sparrow.
And that play starts from Kyle Adams just making that cross field shift right there with his left foot and doing it defensively as well. Not only does he just get himself and find himself in good spots, he's able to keep possession when he does have the opportunity to win the ball. There you see him knocking it down with his chest. He's really a guy that, you know, I'm not so sure when he signed here, people expected him to be doing what he's doing. He's been so key for them defensively last season and now this season, really kind of holding the ground through a few players that have had injuries now, with Ebby out for the season and Grant Stoneman dealing with a little injury now. But him and Elijah have just really been the staples that have been really healthy and really put in good performances day in and day out.
You know, Adams is a guy who was drafted, made the Houston roster at MLS, but when he made the roster, it was the COVID year. So everything's in a bubble, your reserves, you know, there's not just the look that guys are going to be able to get.
Yeah, a lot of players, right, in that year are going to slip through the cracks, and certainly what he's shown. I think after that year, he played a season at Real Monarchs and did well there, and now he's performing at a high level, and he's getting called into his native New Zealand national team. So credit to him. He's only going to get better. He's still a young player as well. So he's someone that's been fun to watch. You see Cam Riley going in real aggressive there.
He's going to be coming back forward, forcing the turnover.
Yeah, and he's doing it so effortlessly too, and that just shows his confidence. It's not that, sometimes you even look at a player like Matt Turner, who's the player on Arsenal, the goalkeeper, and he didn't start playing soccer till he was 16 years old. So it just goes to show you how advanced Duran is for his age. And even if you watch Matt Turner now, you wouldn't say he's as composed as Duran is, which is a lot to say. But the national players have joked with him that he just always looks out of control. Matt Turner, that is, but he does get the job done. So nice move there from Harris.
And he stays with it and draws the contact.
And that, to be honest, that's a smart foul from Elijah Martin there. Harris was getting ahead of steam. He made a few nice moves and fouled him in a spot that isn't too deep to where they're going to have a crack at goal. It's going to look like it's going to be a whipped-in cross here.
Harris sending it low. Still high in the 18. And Faree will take it down. Very Cleveland with an opportunity. And San Diego will take possession. We're looking for flexibility and a great deal on SD Loyal tickets. Select 4 or more home matches this year. Enjoy exclusive benefits. SDLoyal.com/tickets. Lock in your flex plan today. 4 or more home matches. Out of the top of the 18. Riley steps in front. Still alive to the far post. And Riley again will have to go and clear.
Some good emergency defending there. San Diego Loyal.
And out for a corner.
Last 10 minutes have been a little slow from both teams. Maybe Tampa's had a little bit more possession. Loyal needs to really just get the ball out of their end. I think they're getting tired a little bit and not able to press them. Tampa Bay's been good in possession and been able to keep the game in the final third for them.
Leon Harris will come over to take the corner. Swung in, back post. Riley there to pop it up and over. It'll be a corner on the other side.
And that's a tough ball that Riley just headed out. I mean, that's a curling high corner to the back post that Riley was able to stay with him. Even had his back to him at some point, but stayed with it. That's how you have to mark on corner kicks.
Riley, drafted by Kansas City in 2019, was West Coast Conference Player of the Year, Pacific. Harris again. Sending it low. Moon this time will do it again.
It's like a training session.
Yeah, both sides have had these extended runs at corner.
Let's run it back. Let's go to the third one from the right.
Short this time.
Yeah, you got to practice them all.
You got to do all. There it is, chipped in Adams. Volleyed back in for Ree, will take it.
He's grown a few inches too from the last season. He just looks bigger. Could just be me, but.
Well, I mean, he's listed at 6'1" right now.
Okay.
Again, 16 years old.
Yeah.
Down the line for Moon. And out for a corner. Another San Diego corner brought to you by San Diego Community Power. And in the 36th minute. Adams. Toomey will collect for San Diego. And Moon comes over to save it for Loyal. Keeps it in play.
Just misses that. Does a nice step over, but tries to drag it with his left a little bit more towards the sideline and just gets caught. Elijah looking very sharp with his right foot. Across the field hits. I'm sure you'll see it multiple times this game. Even more. He likes to do this move where he's dribbling to his left and he just chops it with the outside of his right back to his right, and then he hits the crossfield switch. He's done it once this game, earlier in the game. It's almost kind of like, you know, what a batter would do as he steps into the box. He just knows he likes to get it to his right foot, and he does it with that chop.
Good give and go here for San Diego. Played ahead, Conway. Looking for a cross, and it will go out for a corner. It'll be a throw in. Just down the line for San Diego. This will be a throw. Now again. Run for Riley. Now for Adrian Perez. Swung in with the left foot. Conway. He'll send a cross in now. And just wide for Perez, and a nice opportunity for Loyal.
And you see Perez just getting it on his left foot and whipping it in. It's almost like having a Charlie Adams out there, you know, very similar left foot. Loyal seems to have him trapped right now. Oof.
Jennings looking for an opportunity. Ekra. And they come over to cut it off. There we go, entering the 40th minute, brought to you by Sequan. We say happy 40th anniversary to Sequan. 40th anniversary of Sequan Casino Resort, the official casino partner of San Diego Loyal. Celebrate all year with Sequan promotions, entertainment, special events for their 40th anniversary. Visit Sequan.com for all the details. We celebrate their 40th anniversary here in the 40th minute. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship, many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. SelectSportAmerica.com has all the info, the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select is the player's choice, the official match ball supplier of the USL. Swung in, right to Free. Had Cal Jennings bearing down on him. He gets to it.
Yeah, I think Cal Jennings was inches away there. Duran looked like he read it, didn't think there was a way, and just got behind it.
So Jennings, that's how dangerous he is. 1 goal already this season. It gives him 32 in his 4 years in USL.
Yeah, and that's, you know, not really playing a full season necessarily with Las Vegas Lights. A lot of, you know, moments where he was on the bench for LAFC or played a little bit. So those 32 goals are very impressive.
And a shortened season in 2020.
Yeah.
In particular, it's his 22 goals for Las Vegas that San Diego knows very well the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, Conway does so well to protect the ball on the pass, and I think Elijah is just talking to him after the play like, hey, you want that pass, right? I mean, just making sure, you know, because Conway is checking so hard there and just wants to get on the same page as him.
Adams playing it through Damos. Pettis now from Toomey. Top of the 18 with the left foot, and it's in! San Diego striking first toward the end of the half.
And that's why you play your wingbacks inverted. Nick Moon with his right. Now you see Adrian Perez getting it on his left foot, hitting a hard low ball to the near post that the goalkeeper just couldn't handle, and it squeaks in there. It's that first ball, that threading ball that beats lines, and then Adrian Perez just coming with it on his left, burying it in the corner. Well done from San Diego Loyal there.
First goal in a San Diego uniform. Adrian Perez. A great team build-up. Kyle Adams, Charlie Adams, Damus, Moshaban, and then Perez to finish things off.
Yeah, and not to mention Perez playing in a position that he's not used to. You know, he's used to playing higher up on the wing, but because San Diego Loyal is playing at home, that wing-back spot a lot of times looks like a traditional winger role.
Moshaban ahead, Damus looking for another one. And it's just broken up. Well played for Kleeman.
Yeah, Damus just takes that touch slightly too far in front of him to where it gave that center back the opportunity to make the tackle. I think if he just takes it a little bit wider and uses his speed to get wide, just a good tackle, but an awkward fall there from Ronaldo. Hopefully he's all right. I think he's going to shake it off.
He got back immediately, great to see. So San Diego, a 1-0 advantage. Using that build-up from the back line all the way forward.
Yeah, and sometimes it just takes that one pass to break lines and just create that overload. And you saw as soon as Charlie Adams played that ball into Ronaldo Damas and he was able to put it wide, Loyal had the numbers right there, and you could see the goal-scoring opportunity. And Adrian Perez does well to just make something out of a little bit.
There's Jennings now. Great move. The touchline, and Charlie Adams will clear for San Diego.
Yeah, Cal Jennings just showing what he could do there. Just beats Joe Corona there. Joe Corona just expecting him to cut back there, and could have been a dangerous spot. He was looking for the cut back there. Cal Jennings, I think maybe a better decision would have been hard across the goal.
And let's make the action in 2023, your club on the road or at home. All on ESPN Plus, nearly every second of the USL Championship. Plenty more content. Home of USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, even UFC. Sign up today at plus.espn.com for ESPN Plus.
It'll be interesting to see how Tampa Bay responds right here. I mean, you know, we talked about going into this how they were maybe low in confidence. They have had a tough schedule though, with a few games on the road, but you know, giving up that goal, not right before half, but kind of, doesn't help your morale going into the locker room, and this will be a test to them to see if they can dig themselves out of this little hole.
1 minute of stoppage time added on. Adrian Perez with his first San Diego Loyal goal. Former DC United player. Back to Southern California, signing with San Diego, and all the injuries, you know, it pushed him out. And to come back here and play so well for San Diego is a great sign. Yeah, and I'm happy for him. It's a great feeling as a player to, when you get your opportunity to be on the field, to perform, and you know, gives you a sense of calm and meaning that you're doing the right things to get yourself more playing time, and that certainly is going to help his case. All right, only played 3 matches last year before he was hurt. Now his first goal in a Loyal uniform. So that's how we stand. 1-0 at the break. Loyal out in front, looking to stay perfect at home. Well, they have 3 victories in as many outings. Leading Tampa Bay here 1-0 at the break. Yeah, and a pretty fairly even half, I would say. Besides the last 10 minutes. I think Loyal, the last 10 minutes, really started to bring it. It was kind of back and forth before that, and Adrian Perez, just nice goal at the end of the day. So Perez with the goal, and now San Diego up 1-0 in their first ever time hosting Tampa Bay, a 3-2 win in Florida a season ago. After our first 45 here this afternoon in San Diego, 1-0 Loyal here at Torero Stadium.
Never underestimate the journey of a champion, because most champions are seldom celebrated. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare, champions for you.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
This is why. These kids, these happy, healthy kids, they're the reason Rady Children's Hospital in San Diego was the first in the world to use ultra-rapid whole genome sequencing to diagnose and begin precise treatment for a critically ill baby in just 13 hours, taking a family from desperation to treatment. Because at Rady Children's, your kids always come first.
1-0 San Diego here at home, playing host to Tampa Bay for the first time. Halftime coverage is brought to you by Blue Peak Credit Union. 1-0 San Diego, Adrian Perez in the 42nd minute with the lone goal of our first half. Today's San Diego Loyal hero of the match is Aviation Maintenance Technician 3rd Class Stephen Michio of the United States Coast Guard, a native of Florida, and a graduate of Central Florida University. Petty Officer Michio enlisted 6 years ago, was assigned to Coast Guard Station Florida before coming here to San Diego sector. He was recently awarded the Coast Guard Commendation Medal operational distinguishing service, saving the life of a civilian community member whose heart had stopped beating after a drug overdose. Our true hero of the match here today. Stephen, thank you very much for what he has done in the community. And of course, here it's First Responders Day for San Diego, brought to you by Falk. So San Diego leads it 1-0 here at the break. How about we hear from Camden Riley, who's one of the more entertaining members of this roster. Get the start here today for San Diego in this great run.
Oh, it's going to be a great day today. It's going to be a great day today, Morgs. You have something really important to say to the center of my chest? Ah! Oh my gosh, Camden Riley! That's me. I got to work on my finishing, but it's okay. I'm scoring one this year, and when I score, it's going to be the best celebration of all time. The game will have to be postponed. Not much of a warm-up guy. Ah, see that knee drop? I'm so fast. Yes, boys. Love it. Good, yes, Marks. Turn. Good spot, Guido. Get magged. 9, 10. Yes. 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 No mag.
That's 20. Shake and bake.
Oh! I was stuck in the mud. Good, boys. Good. Shove slide. Good. Morg's right. Ready? E. Is cereal a soup? Not a soup. Nick Moon came up to me and said that, and I don't agree. Favorite cereal? Captain Crunch, all berries. All berries. Get the little yellow things out of my face.
I like the little.
You do? You're a savage for that. What is the best cereal?
Captain Reese's Puffs are quality. And best song. What?
Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Peanut butter chocolate flavor. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for episode 1, Camden Riley on Mic'd Up. I'm hoping for many more. I have a lot more internal thoughts that I want to share with everybody. Shout out Elijah Martin. Thank you. And I hope y'all enjoy. It was a pretty good one.
Well, San Diego coming into today, 3 wins, a loss, and 2 draws, 11 points. Now 4th in the Western Conference, but a win moves them up to 2nd, a draw to 3rd, and they're going to Seattle for the U.S. Open Cup before they jump right back in against El Paso at home.
What a game that will be up at Seattle at that wonderful stadium up there. I'm sure the place will be popping.
Great opportunity in the U.S. Open Cup. El Paso then at Orange County. And for Tampa Bay, looking for their 2nd win of the season here today. They have come up with a victory, got to win at Miami, and then will continue to be on the road. They too face off against MLS squad in the Open Cup against Houston Dynamo.
And a team that's had a rough in the early going, but had a tough schedule, but starts to lighten up a little bit, and they're going to look to tally up some points here.
Yeah, injuries have certainly hit them hard, but they played well in this first half before San Diego's late goal, 1-0 at the half.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Good strike, and he finds the back of the net. comes to our familia, we all have our own flavor and expression. Some are bold. Others are complex. Some are, well, a little spicy. But at Tequila de Corralejo, we believe sharing our individuality is what makes gathering together so fun. Here's to those who stand tall and share their passion. Salud.
1-0 San Diego here at the break. Adrian Perez with his first goal in a San Diego uniform. That's our difference here at the half, San Diego and at Tampa Bay. As we go around the USL with the news out of Major League Baseball here this week. Oakland Roots making some big news in the Bay Area. That's great to see. And with a loss from Las Vegas, the two teams that are leading each conference, Charleston and Sacramento, the only two undefeated still remaining.
Yeah, and how great is that for the city of Oakland? As you mentioned, the A's, with all the news of them moving to Las Vegas, hopefully the Oakland Roots can put some roots down in the city.
That's really great news. Coincidental, but really welcome news, perhaps. Just wonderful timing for Oakland. Around the USL here, you saw the USL on ESPN here, and a couple of these big-time teams in action today. Sacramento, yesterday with a 1-0 victory over Detroit City, that really pushed their lead in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and they're looking to build off of, you know, what they really built last season, I think, especially with that Open Cup run.
Made to the championship of the US Open Cup, and so they're well out ahead in the West right now. San Diego trying to keep pace and perhaps do the #2 spot. Right now it's so early in the season. And this is the upcoming schedule for next weekend. San Diego's going to be home to El Paso on this slate. Another good one across the USL. Speaking of those standings, out west, Sacramento with 17 points. San Diego, depending on what happens, these are live standings, so as if the results hold,
yeah,
would move them #2.
Not too many surprises here. I mean, Monterey Bay having a good little year, and Phoenix still looking to kind of get themselves away from that, you know, normal season that they weren't too good last year. And
well, 1-0 is the halftime score. We're right on back to Torero Stadium.
This is why. These kids, these happy, healthy kids, they're the reason Rady Children's Hospital in San Diego was the first in the world to use ultra-rapid whole genome sequencing to diagnose and begin precise treatment for a critically ill baby in just 13 hours, taking a family from desperation to treatment. Because at Rady Children's, your kids always come first.
Now we're at a point where we are ready to grow in a real way.
Adventure awaits. USC Credit Union is now Blue Peak. From buying your first home to booking that bucket list trip, we're saving for your golden years. Blue Peak is here to support all your life adventures, and we've been doing it for more than 85 years. Today, we are proud to serve broad and diverse communities and deliver the personalized service you deserve. So go ahead, blaze your own trail, and become a Blue Peak member today. Visit us online at bluepeak.com.
Brought to you by the Rincon Tribe. San Diego ahead, 1-0. Loyal out in front, hosting Tampa Bay for the first time ever here at Torero Stadium in San Diego. This one getting off to an early start as Loyal tried to push the pressure.
Yeah, here you see in the 5th minute, Joe Corona putting in a really dangerous cross here. Just skips by everybody, but a lot of crosses if this game had been in swingers. Here's another one coming with Charlie Adams' left foot that sneaks up into the corner, and it's a nice save at the end of the day.
Connor Sparrow with a nice effort to keep that one out of net.
This one just skips wide. Looks like Duran had that one covered though.
And the build-up.
Yeah, it's that first ball in from Charlie Adams that is able to create the space, and then Perez just getting it on his left foot, putting it in a dangerous spot because, you know, a lot of players in that situation would like to bend that to the far post, but he just decides to sneak it in low into the near post.
And here we go. Ready for our second 45 this afternoon, a Sunday afternoon contest in San Diego. And Tampa Bay will control first. A great afternoon. 65 degrees, our second half kick here in Linda Vista. A little bit of clouds rolling in off Mission Bay in the Pacific Ocean. Great day for soccer at home. San Diego's trying to remain perfect. With 3 wins, as many chances here in their home matches for 2023. There's the goal scorer. Adams and Corona. Waiting for Elijah Martin. Conway just stepping in front. Be a throw in for Tampa.
Yeah, San Diego's only real hiccup this season has been away at Sacramento, a team that is undefeated. I mean, arguably in the early season, the toughest game so far. So they haven't skipped a beat from last season, and actually I think they look a lot cleaner defensively for sure. The attacks, you know, getting there, but when you can play defense like this, and you're going to always be in a lot of games.
San Diego has ramped things up defensively. They've also put together a very versatile, deep roster. You're seeing that today with Perez has already scored in this. Guys who are rotating through in a very busy week for San Diego. Nick Moon. Conway plays it back to him. Now wide again for Perez. The left foot again. He tries to curl this one in, and it goes wide.
And as we said, just trying to invert those wing backs to get it on their strong foot.
When it comes to our familia, we all have our own flavor and expression. At Tequila de Corralejo, we believe sharing our individuality is what makes gathering together so fun. Here's to those who stand tall and share their passion.
Cam Riley doing really well to win a lot of the aerial battles here against Jennings.
Ramos with a chance, in off the post.
And Thomas just pleading with the referee, holding his hand up, hoping it crossed the line, but pretty much impossible for it to have crossed the line.
And now a counter here from Tampa Bay. They'll swing it back. Jennings, it's off the crossbar.
And what I think that just nicks Cam Riley's head on the finish there. It's really just a goal-saving play there from Cam Riley. And you see Thomas just missing that one, but then on the other side, yeah, it's really just incredible. I'm not so sure Cam Riley reacted to that. It just kind of skims off his head and then off the crossbar.
Crossed over. Adams trying to clear. And the Bay staying with it. 2 amazing opportunities for each side.
Yeah, and even just there off that corner kick, a little design play where they have a late runner running to the back post with a lot of runners running to the near post. Leaves an open header, and San Diego has to adjust to that one.
So Ronaldo Damos goes off the post, and then Cal Jennings goes off the crossbar, mere seconds away from each other.
Yeah, I think that was maybe 8 seconds away from each other.
Jeez.
That's entertainment you're likely to see at a San Diego Loyal game, especially a San Diego Loyal home game. A lot of goals were scored here last year, and obviously this year in the early going.
The style of play that San Diego has, Landon Donovan, now Nate Miller, really is high entertainment. Here we go again. Perez. Conway ahead for Damos, trying to cross it. It will be a corner for San Diego.
Yeah, and I think San Diego Loyal let one slip away there. I'm not so sure Conway saw Perez, but he had about 15 yards on his player. If he had just driven with it a little bit longer and laid it off to Perez, he would have been one-on-one with the keeper there, but plays it early. I think sometimes you fall into the trap. If you see a speed guy like Damas running, you're inclined to play him in behind and use his speed, but I think in that moment there, if Conway was just a little bit more patient, playing Perez, could have been a goal.
So another corner for San Diego. There have been plenty of these today. Charlie Adams swinging in for Kyle Adams. It's batted down, still free, and then cleared off the line. It looked like it was Kleeman who may have gotten a piece of it and cleared it away for Tampa. Great play from Duran Ferry to keep that one in motion on the other side. Damos. Taken away by Antley. That was a dangerous ball in there. And Freddie Kleeman stood his ground on that line and it would prevent it from going past the keeper and in.
Yeah, this has been an exciting opening 6 minutes of this half. A lot of chances back and forth.
Spalding. Back for Guillen, the captain. Jordan Doherty. Harris will try for the cross here. Riley with clearance. Adams was marking Jennings into the 6-yard box.
Yeah, it's smart there from Kyle Adams to mark him.
They're so close here. Wow.
That goalkeeper just...
And this cross again broken up by Kyle Adams. We need an injury timeout here. No, obviously no call, just an unfortunate bounce of the ball. And we're going to get the training staff onto the field for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Charlie Adams just looking to clear the ball, just volleys it directly into...
It looks like Zach Haribo was the one who's down.
Yeah, it's directly into his face there. Looks to be doing all right. It's kind of shaking up a little bit. Those never feel good.
Nope. Great seeing him get back up immediately. Just unfortunate, just took it right there. You made the point earlier about San Diego. Elijah Martin had stood in front of a cross. It was the third time that we've seen that for San Diego. Something you mentioned that Nate Miller and Loyal were working on.
Yeah, he's very particular with what foot to block the cross as well. Never turn your back to the ball. So, and actually all three crosses have been blocked perfectly.
The goal kick for San Diego. Our attendance here today, 4,814, nearly 5,000 in attendance at Torero Stadium. Another amazing crowd here on this Sunday Diego and Tampa Bay in their first meeting in America's finest city. After a 3-2 win last year in St. Pete. San Diego's already had 2 good chances this half. Tampa Bay's had 1. Times are going to make the turn. And he'll draw the contact. Build up, taken away by Elijah Martin. Whistle here on Conway.
And I think Loyal not happy about that play before where Nick Moon was coming in late, but here you see Conway really just sliding forward, but the defender does a good job to just get his body in front of him and then fall over. Sometimes looks a lot worse than it is at full speed.
Restart for Tampa Bay. Luke Schroeder. Send to the cross. Riley there for San Diego, and they'll play it back. That's tracking back.
And as much as this half so far has been kind of back and forth, with Loyal having probably the better of the chances, they just need to calm the game down a little bit. It's just a little bit back and forth, a little bit too much, and you're up 1-0. The game ends like this, you're the winner. So as much as you want to score that second goal and really start to put the game away, you have to be careful not to concede here.
San Diego Loyal hitting the road for their next home match Wednesday the 26th, 7 p.m. at Seattle in the US Open Cup. Watch the live match broadcast on the Bleacher Report app and BR Football YouTube channel. Mar Hunt US Open Cups takes San Diego to Seattle to face the Sounders. It'll be Wednesday night the 26th on the Bleacher Report app. Conway stays with it. Head for Moon. Now Damos. Again, we'll keep it in play.
Nifty one-touch passing there from Loyal, just coming up short. I think Damas was at a standstill when Nick Moon kind of played that heel ball, but had he been running full speed, he would have outran that defender, but just a second off.
With room. And Moshe Bond comes back to take it away. Riley pushing. Leaving it for Conway. With room. His momentum taking him to the left, used it, and took a shot.
Yeah, Cam Riley having himself a great day at center back. Someone that has grown strides, starting to play a little bit more than he did in his first season, and is really looking like he's going to be a big factor, especially with Ebenezer Akon out for the season.
Yeah, I wish Ebby the best. An ACL injury is going to keep him out through the year. Tampa Bay obviously knows that with Leo Fernandez and the Achilles injury. A couple of key players. So Ebby out, who had been playing so well preseason in the early part of the year for San Diego.
Yeah, he was slated as a starter, someone they were going to count on a lot this season. Just an unfortunate injury to happen so early in the season too, and it being such a long injury process. Myself having torn my ACL 2 times, I know the road to recovery is not easy, but I wish him all the best.
We're going to get our first substitution here. He's going to go to Tampa Bay. Subs are brought to you by Coralejo Tequila. And coming off after setting the record for USL appearances, Jan Ekra will be replaced by Charlie Dennis. There'll be a second sub as well. Ariel Martinez will come on for Felix Schroeder. So Dennis and Martinez are on for Tampa Bay. Substitutions brought to you by Coralejo Tequila. Beautiful ball through from Dennis. Spalding with the cross, and Kyle Adams is there to break things up. So it'll be a corner for Tampa Bay. And the newly inserted Charlie Dennis of England will take it for the Rowdies. All the way through.
See if Damas can use the speed right here. Great switch there. It's going to open up the play.
So Perez. And for Tumi Moshaban. Switch all the way back to the other side. 3.5 years we've been saying Moshabane. But Tumi telling us here finally, you know, he's such an incredible guy. But Tumi Moshaban.
Yeah, that's Tumi's personality. He's probably not going to say much. It took someone to actually have to ask him how he pronounces his own name before we changed anything. Right? Yeah.
So, although Tumi time's not changing, so it's all right.
Yeah, that's his trademark.
We got a couple of substitutions for San Diego now. Colin Martin and Elliot Collier will come on for Tumi Moshaban and Rolando Damos. Up top for San Diego. Substitutions brought to you by Coralejo Tequila. So Colin Martin and Elliot Collier are on. Well, it's not going to be Moshaban, excuse me. It's going to be Conway for Moshaban. Conway comes out and Collier will come in.
Yeah, and there's a likely tactical switch here. I think you're going to see Collier playing as maybe a lone target striker with his big body.
Collier had 2 assists against Phoenix. He stands 6'4", 180.
Yeah, he's a big boy, that's for sure. But he can move. He's got good agility. He's not just a tree that's going to stand there. He can definitely get around the pitch.
Swung in, Adams at the back end of it, right to the far post. So Conway and Damus come out, and Collier and Colin Martin coming on for San Diego. Collier. Leaving it for Moshaban. Back to Collier. Well, they're calling for a handball, but nothing happening. Great give and go.
Yeah, some good combination play there from Collier right away. Corona doing well to cover that ball right there. And doing well in possession.
That's right. Collier, who played for San Antonio during their title run.
Charlie bouncing up right there for a little collision with his teammate Cam Riley.
Right back up. Second ahead, looking for Moon. The flag, though, is up. It will be offside.
Yeah, and I think Cam Riley saw that slightly late. Nick Moon was actually screaming as he was making that perpendicular run there, just along the back line to then curl it in behind, but just couldn't hold it long enough. It was a wonderful run.
Single match tickets are on sale for the San Diego Loyal. They start just $15 a match for the next home game this coming Saturday against El Paso. Saturday night, 7 o'clock here. And it's El Paso Locomotive. SDLoyal.com/tickets for all the info starting at just $15. Colin Martin just inserted into the contest. Season ago, the third most accurate passer in all the USL Championship.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, he's got lovely technique on the ball. Very good at keeping possession. With this little tactical tweak, I feel like Loyal's having a lot more time on the ball, space. Their spacing's right. We talked about it being a little bit too back and forth. I think they're starting to control the game a little bit more. They're able to push Perez and Moon deeper into the attack that are able to get runs in behind. It's looked good so far with these two subs that Loyal's made.
Yeah, push Collier up to that number 9 spot, the target forward.
Yeah, and he can pretty much occupy two guys with his size and strength, and they definitely have to worry about him. But you see a guy like Perez now and Moon making those deep runs from the side.
Pass from Martin to Collier now. Corner of the 18. Moshaban. Straight away for Toomey. Now for Perez. And Toomey comes back to it.
Toomey doing well to stay with that. Sometimes players, when you lose possession, you put your head down, but wins that back quickly.
Collier chips it ahead, looking for Toomey. Dennis.
Yeah, and Loyal's much more now in like a 5-4-1 formation with the Elliot Collier playing as that lone striker. With Toomey and Joe Corona slightly ahead of Colin Martin and Colin Martin.
They still have the inverted wingbacks.
Yeah, and they still have that and almost have like a diamond midfield as well.
It's a good band name, inverted wingbacks.
I like that.
Dennis. It'll be broken up. It'll be Oh, it's going to be a goal kick. Go back to San Diego. And to bring that back to your point earlier, what you have is a left-footed player and a right-footed player switching sides.
Yeah, and typically you see that quite often as your wingers, you know, and throughout the course of a game, but you don't see it too often as your wing backs. You know, traditionally your outside backs, your left back is left-footed, your right back's right-footed, but with how attacking San Diego Loyal play, you know, Adrian Perez, Nick Moon, they're going to find themselves in the spot of a winger, especially with Loyal playing at home, being in control of the game, and you already see it here just right now looking at the game. You see Nick Moon along the back line, you see Adrian Perez along with the back line, so it's an interesting tactic, and it's something that Nate Miller definitely put some thought into, because Nick Moon had been playing on the right this whole season, and obviously now with Blake Bodley out this game, you insert a guy like Adrian Perez, and maybe he saw something that, you know, made him make the decision to switch the two.
It certainly worked out on that Perez goal right at the end of the first half. It was a perfect example of what you're talking about, which is Perez found himself right in the corner of the 18 and was able to switch to the left foot and find the near post.
Yeah, and Nick Moon also with a great right foot that likes to bend it. So you just put two players there that are playing now on opposite wings, and Perez even sneaking through the middle right there.
So here's Collier. Into the top of the box. And just broken up. San Diego Loyal match day, the ultimate setting for your next group outing. Whether you're entertaining clients, hosting company outings, gathering with friends, there's nothing like experiencing a Loyal match day at Chorrero Stadium with your group. The group tickets start just $10 per person. SD Loyal group outing memorable with great fan experiences, post-match penalty kicks, photos in the field, pre-game and halftime, high-five tunnels. All the information at sdloyal.com/tickets, 858-465-GOAL. Email tickets@sdloyal.com or go online, sdloyal.com/tickets.
Yeah, Tampa Bay can't get close to the ball right now, and Loyal's killing this game with their possession. I think this second half has got to be 65-35 in possession of San Diego, and this tactical switch from Nate Miller seemingly looks like it's killing off the game, but still plenty of game left, and all it takes is one opportunity from Tampa to get back in this.
You're going to sub out Cal Jennings and bring in J.J. Williams out of Clovis, New Mexico. So Williams on for Jennings here in the 73rd minute.
Yeah, and that's surprising. We talked about it pregame that Loyal's keys to the game was to shut down a player like Cal Jennings, and I think job well done so far. Now they have to deal with, you know, forward like J.J. Williams.
Collier on the end of that one, perfectly placed. Adams and Corona on the pitch.
Nick Moon making a huge tackle there. They had some players that were off to the races if that ball gets past them there. But yeah, Elliot Collier looks like that chance right there he'd want back. Just when you're a big guy like that, you're used to guys hanging all over you, getting, you know, you don't have too many free headers on the ball. You didn't have to jump much on that either, and just didn't hit it clean.
Corona takes it away. That's going to go long for San Diego. Williams just on. Running Dennis. And wide for Spalding. Long cross and well over Harris. Now we actually have a chance to move this one up the field. All your SD Loyal gear, the newest ones, the newest kits, the Charlie collection. Some unique designs you can't find anywhere else. It's all at the San Diego Loyal shop. Head online to the shop.sdloyal.com or go in person to the shop in Mission Valley.
Yeah, I see him. Oh, my Lord.
It's a good ball there from Kyle Adams.
Collier with Moon to his left, finds him. Back for Charlie Adams, who fires away, it's batted down. What a save from Connor Sparrow.
I mean, you see how dangerous that is. It's a perfect ball laid off from Nick Moon, and you get it on Charlie Adams' left foot, and good things are bound to happen, and it's just a nice save. He does really well to keep that shot low. You know, normally when that ball is rolling to you, if you get under just a little bit, that'll go sailing over the goal, but puts it on frame. Good save at the end of the day. The goalkeeper does well to really parry that away with two San Diego Loyal players waiting at the back post.
It's a great call. Yeah, if you have, your guys are there to clean things up if you don't push it away far enough.
Yeah.
And wide, Dennis.
A lot of those chances start with those splitting through balls to break lines into the center forward that can just lay it off to the incoming runners. And great ball from Kyle Adams there.
Yeah, and when you put it, Charlie Adams, that's his spot on the field.
Yeah, I mean,
ball is left foot, firing away.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say 9 times out of 10 because it's hard to score from anywhere, but you definitely want him taking shots at the inside the top of the box there.
Now for Tampa Bay, on to the 77th minute. Still 1-0 San Diego as Dennis drives that one across for Harris. Adrian Perez goal on the 43rd minute is the difference so far. Chipped in. Williams actually does a pretty good job to get some force on that one. It goes far port.
Never underestimate the journey of a champion. Because most champions are seldom celebrated. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare, champions for you.
Well, Tampa gets a turnover out of the back. Back with possession after J.J. Williams got this one. How about Fareed coming out to it?
This should give San Diego the opportunity to just push the lineup now and get out there.
Quick restart from Tampa Bay to prevent what you're just talking about.
Loyal could get back to the moments where they were just maintaining possession, moving up the field, keeping the ball. You don't want to get in these spots where now you're just sitting in this low block 5-4-1. Kind of letting Tampa create this momentum.
The official San Diego Loyal podcast is the Always Loyal podcast, telling the stories of San Diego Loyal SC, breaking news, inside access, interviews, discussion, analysis, all of it from Darren Smith and Jordan Carruth, with new episodes every Wednesday, the Always Loyal podcast. Available on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Subscribe, rate, and download the Always Loyal podcast today. Collier with a chance, and it's broken out by Freddie Kleeman, who also had that save on the back line earlier in this half.
It'll be interesting to see the last 10 minutes if Tampa makes some type of tactical switch, throws some numbers forward, maybe cheats with the wing backs a little bit higher. At some point, you've got to try and get a point out of this game on the road.
Still only 1-0 with 10 minutes left to play. And sent all the way through again. J.J. Williams, a couple of dangerous looks here as he's come on as a sub.
Yeah, and that was a great teasing ball there. You see Duran was slightly caught in between, do I come out, do I sit back, and took one step forward and realized he wasn't going to get there. But by then it may have been too late if a Tampa Bay player was able to get on the end of it.
Spalding does well to keep it in front of him. Out for Dennis. No whistle there. And now there's one against Collier. Perez with the blocked cross, by the way.
Yeah, another blocked cross.
This will go out for a corner. Sent in, head away by Collier at 6'4". Harris. And another blocked cross this time from Colin Martin.
These are the moments. Loyal has to buckle down, hold this result, stay with the perfect record at home.
Swung in, Elijah Martin drawing the contact on defense. It will go to San Diego. Well, you know the sub here for San Diego. Tomi Moshoban will come out and Morgan Hackworth is going to come on for San Diego. So these two players both have been here all 4 seasons with San Diego in this 2023 campaign. Hackworth to come on for Loyal in the 84th.
Toomey put in a good shift today.
All-time leading goal scorer for San Diego. So he comes out here in the 84th. Play on. Doherty. It's it back from Harris. And there is Williams again with another one of those high velocity headers. Goes over the crossbar.
He's got up really well, made contact with a few of them. See the cross just coming in here. Just gets ahead of it, over it.
Back for Tampa Bay.
Elijah just misreading that one. Like to see that one go far, forward and far.
The USL on ESPN continues. Paco Craig leading Miami FC into Kentucky. Facing the reigning Eastern Conference winners in Louisville City. Winder in the Louisville City FC squad. Start of a new season of USL on ESPN. Saturday, May 13th, 7 p.m. on ESPN2. That's 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN2. With Miami and Louisville. Swing it in, Williams. Restart here on a goal kick for San Diego. It's a couple times now that Tampa has been able to put pressure on as they played out of the back.
Yeah, I think at this moment in the game, maybe he's a little too casual right now, trying to play balls like this where he needs to be playing long balls to get, and that's a chance that, you know, can't really give up. He's a young keeper and he needs to learn from experience there, but he needs to just go long. He needs to close out this game. It's the 87th minute. Can't get too cute.
San Diego a 1-0 advantage. Adrian Perez with a 43rd minute goal just before halftime. That's been the difference. It's a wild start to the second half with back-to-back plays off the upright and the crossbar. Here's Faree again, high out of the air to a charging Williams. So Faree with the stop in the 88th. Corona upended, this is gonna be a car.
Yeah, and even that ball right there, it's just not really worth the risk. You put in a guy like Elliot Collier up at the center of the field, you want him battling for balls. I think you see Kyle Adams right there telling him, don't take any chances. There's no reason to take any chances, and so I know if I was out there, I'd be telling him, gotta go long.
A couple of subs in for Tampa Bay. Lucky Mkasana is coming on for Zach Harivo. And Sebastian Dalgard entering as well for Tampa Bay. So Mkasana and Dalgard subs for the Rowdies. Dalgard just in. What is that for Dennis? And taken away by Corona. Moon for Collier.
surprised that one wasn't called. Kind of gets sandwiched in between those two players there.
Now he's sending it back in. A chance for San Diego. Played well ahead. Dahlgaard. Gonna look at this one high.
That's a good opportunity as the clock ticks to 90. You got 4 minutes of stoppage time. That's a great opportunity there. Over the top. Loyal is hoping that that's the last semi to big chance that they're gonna see against them. Just gets under it and hits it over, but Loyal has to be real careful. If it means sitting a little bit further back, just absorbing the pressure. You know, you didn't want to do it for 20 minutes, but if you can do it for the last 3, just so you don't let any guys get in behind. Duran just needs to get a little bit more air under these. Give your attackers a chance to get under it and maybe get a flick on.
So we're into 4 minutes of stoppage time. San Diego 1-0. Martinez. Dennis for Guillen. Spalding. Cross here. And Elijah Martin clears it away. Williams. Again, it's Elijah Martin defending.
Good last ditch defending there from Elijah Martin.
San Diego's all-time leader in games and minutes. Elijah Martin, this one swung in, headed again by Williams with high.
He's gotten his head to a lot of them, just hasn't been able to keep him down. Another good corner kick there.
Plays brought to you by IBEW 569, the Electricians Union.
Down to the last minute and a half here.
There's a higher look from Faree. Dahlgaard. Sending it ahead. Faree comes out to it.
There you see, just telling his guys to get out. No way he's playing short here. Let's get the ball in their end. And that play could ice it right there.
Also get a sub off of it as well for San Diego, as Nick Moon comes out and Jackson Simba will come on. 2 days ago, celebrating his 20th birthday for Simba.
And he's someone that you're likely to see get a start with these 3 games in 7 days that the Loyal has coming up. This might be a short appearance, maybe 30 seconds.
Simba scoring in the opener of the season. The win over Detroit City at home. Also a 1-0 game. Second goal in a Loyal uniform. There's a whistle.
This could be the final kick right here.
Sending it all the way long, Spalding. Keeping it in play, blocked by Perez. And that'll do it. San Diego still perfect at home. 4 wins in 4 matches. And a 1-0 victory here today over the Rowdies.
Good, solid victory from the Loyal. I think they deserved the 1-0 win. Played well defensively, defended well in the last 20 minutes, even though Tampa started to come with some pressure. But here you got Duran Ferry with his first career clean sheet.
First career USL clean sheets. Congratulations to Duran Ferry. Played well today. His 3rd professional start.
Yeah, overall, very good performance. You see all the players giving him hugs. They know what it probably means to him as a person, as a young kid. Great for him.
So Ferry with the shutout, the clean sheet. San Diego a 1-0 victory. Our man of the match is brought to you by Palomar Health, and it's Adrian Perez.
Adrian Perez with really a great shift, playing in a position he wasn't familiar in, getting up and down the whole game. And obviously he scored the goal and was just excellent. He was making 90-minute runs, sprints throughout the whole half. I bet he had run the most probably on the Loyal today.
Yeah, really impressive for Perez today. And he wound up with the 43rd minute goal that was the game winner. The difference in our match, our Palomar Health man of the match, Adrian Perez, drawing the start here for San Diego. They remain perfect at home. 4 wins in as many tries. San Diego 1-0 the final over Tampa Bay here at Torero Stadium.
Never underestimate the journey of a champion. Because most champions are seldom celebrated. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare, champions for you.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
1-0 is the final in favor of San Diego. Adrian Perez with the 43rd minute goal, and it leads us to our assist of the match, brought to you by Lucia Capital, coming in that 43rd minute that set up a really team build-up goal for San Diego at the end of the first half.
Yeah, and this is a great little ball right there from Charlie Adams. Damas with a great first touch. And then we talked about it all game. With the wingers being inverted, they wanted to get it on that inside foot to really have a crack at goal, and Adrian Perez does well to create that space. The defender slips a little bit right there and just buries it into the bottom near post corner.
So our assist of the match brought to you by Lucia Capital. San Diego wins it 1-0 here today to remain perfect at home and get to 14 points on the season, which puts them second to Sacramento out west. Let's go to our full highlights here for this match. Another win at home for San Diego in their first ever time hosting the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah, here you see a corner kick, short corner in the 13th minute. Charlie Adams hitting what I like to call a Schross, kind of a hard shot to the corner, but also similar to a cross, and here's the goal we just saw. Great little layoff from Tumi Moshibani, recognizing the space, and Adrian Perez hitting that low, hard shot that keeper just couldn't handle. There's another look at it.
On the bottom corner there. Tough to defend, even if the keeper could get there, obviously.
You know, and I wonder if the goalkeeper was a little bit blinded there by his defender. Yeah. And this was a crazy little sequence. Just seconds after Damas hit this post, the ball just goes straight down. And Rowdies have a chance. Here's another chance from Loyal. Goalkeeper makes some work of it, just doesn't really see it well. And again, Charlie Adams, another lovely curling ball, just floats up there, and Kyle Adams actually just gets under it. It almost looked like a ultimate Frisbee type play. Just kept kind of going, and Cam Riley getting that growler. Fans player of the match there, the locals.
Supporter section, well-deserved honor for Riley as well, who filled in nicely for San Diego. His incredibly important. Full stats here. Possession actually goes to Tampa Bay, even though at times San Diego really dominated.
Yeah, at times San Diego did dominate. And I think a lot of that is the last, 20 minutes when the game is starting to really go San Diego's way. You're going to see Tampa really start to have a lot of the ball, and you see the 0 shots on target for Tampa Bay, and all those blocked crosses, all those blocked shots. You don't get many on target if you do a lot of that.
5 shots on frame for San Diego to none for Tampa Bay. Well, that's going to do it for us here in San Diego. For Sal Zizzo, Justin Cohen, and our entire team here, I'm Jack Cronin, as Loyal remains perfect at home, up to second in the West with 14 points now, their 4th victory on the season. This one is a 1-0 final. Adrian Perez and Loyal over the Tampa Bay Rowdies here at Torero Stadium.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.